I'm going to blur my background. Actually, it's not so bad.
It's not so bad. I like the industrial look.
Yeah. We got
right,
plenty
guys.
of industrial in my apartment.
So are we going to start acting fake, or are we going to be like we really are for the cameras?
Welcome.
Welcome to the Cellini Rounds podcast.
All right, Jim. Hit
I'm your host, Dr. Jim Cellini. I'm joined by the other Dr. Cellinis. We have two DOs and a vet, and somehow we're able to call ourselves doctor. As much of a doctor as a chiropractor. Oh.
This is how we're going to start the podcast. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Jim, why don't you hit us with a little intro?
Yeah, every podcast is a controversy.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, welcome into the Cellini Rounds podcast. I am Dr. Jim Cellini. I am a board certified and practicing for now until this airs veterinary neurologist. I'm joined by my two younger brothers, Dr. Cellini and Dr. Cellini.
Hey.
That's Dr. Michael Cellini, who you all know, and Dr. Tommy Cellini, who no one knows. But we are here.
I knew it was going to come.
And do I have any idea what we're going to talk about today? No, I do not.
Flying by the seat of our pants.
Are we just going to wing it? I mean, at least I prepared a little bit. I have a few talking points, you know.
So
this may come as a shock, but I did not prepare for this.
That does not. I mean, for those of you, for those of you who don't know, Tommy prepares for zero. Zero things, prepares zero. He is.
I've never prepared a day.
That includes his patience.
Jim's just going to be here for
he prepares for his patients.
This podcast is going to boil down to
Linda in room 3. Don't worry, he read your chest X-ray just fine. No worries there.
As long as we put a disclaimer, just joking.
He caught that air bronchogram. We're good.
There you go.
Air bronchogram. God.
Yeah, he did. We're all good here.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd start the episode by I mentioned this to you guys in the text, but I thought we could serially track our combined student loan burden. I think the three of us together, it may not be exactly correct, but I think we are at $875,000.
Oh, man, that's some money right there.
Now, I am on the low end of that.
Yeah.
That's
a large sum of money.
Yeah, but you've had many, many years to start chipping away.
Yeah, and I only had about a third of what you guys had to begin with. Now so I have 1/12 the income forever.
Oh God, here we go.
This guy.
What about started Tommy? Off with much less than you guys did.
I've got a residency salary. It's a slightly different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was one of the talking points because Jim was already yelling at me. For those of you who saw, I know Tommy didn't because he's probably never seen any of my videos, but the one I did of why I'm not paying off my student loans, Jim was already critiquing some of my numbers.
Right.
I didn't watch that one.
Well, for one, he left off this thing called property tax that's common to most properties that you own when he did his financial analysis.
Yeah. I spent so much time trying to make sure that analysis was correct. And I looked over a million times, and then Jim finds the one flaw.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, of course.
I only looked one time and found one flaw, so that's not good for the sensitivity.
But I mean, to be honest, the property tax in Georgia what is the property tax? Like 700, 800, maybe 1,000 on those houses?
Well, as you know, it depends on the overall assessed value of the plot of land that you're looking at.
Yeah.
But for properties in our realm of investing, it's about $800 a year.
Yeah. So, the actual rate of return.
It doesn't do too much to your ROI.
Yeah. So Tommy,
and let's be honest, that cost is passed down to the tenant anyway.
Wait, I had so many people. Oh, let me read one of those comments. So many people have no clue.
I'm a renter, by the way. You're a renter, and I'm a renter.
Yeah, we're all renters. We're all renters. Wait, let me, since we're on this,
Tommy, your landlord is just a big company in Chicago, right?
Yeah, it's basically, I actually just signed a lease, we literally just confirmed a lease to move apartments in our same apartment complex.
My landlord is a 75-year-old woman named Linda who owns this entire county, from what I learned.
Good for Linda.
Yeah, she owns pretty much the entire county that I live in.
All the houses?
It started her family started the sod farm. So around here is nothing but sod farms. When you guys come to visit, you'll see that it's miles. sod farms.
SOD.
Grass?
SOD,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
SOD,
literally
okay.
just like we'd grow grass. That's it.
Gotcha.
That's such a weird. You never think about that being
No,
like
superoxide dismutase farms.
What?
I don't
No.
even know what that is.
SOD? No. Okay.
Okay.
Yikes.
Anyway,
That's
I'm
some
trying to
step one
find
information that I
I'm,
do not
I'm
remember.
trying to find the actual. It's so funny when people comment on
Superoxide
these.
dismutase 1, degenerative myelopathy, available as a genetic test at the University of Missouri.
Okay.
There we
Yeah.
go.
No, I'm trying to find these comments. Just people. It was something along the lines of like, I don't think anybody should be a landlord. Everybody should have a right to a home, or something
Really?
along those lines. They're like basically like, if you buy an investment property, you're like taking away a home from someone who can't afford it, which is like not
Well, you
even
have-
remotely true.
You have to be able to afford the house for it to
Well,
be taken away from
I
you.
got news for you. Better us than Blackstone and companies like that.
Yeah, those big,
Oh, yeah.
large hedge fund companies and stuff who
Right.
just care about the bottom line.
Right.
And it's the same thing as those giant like conglomerates that buy up, or private equity groups that buy up private practices in medicine, veterinary medicine, everything like that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they literally care zero who's in those houses and
No.
just
Right.
give me that rent check or else see you later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish I could find it though, but man, it was so interesting because I love how people, they're really so clueless when it comes to owning properties.
How the process works.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I found it. So this person said, at this point, I think landlords are a blight to society. Shame on you. Houses should be for living, not for investments.
Was this in your last video?
Yeah.
Was it
Comment
a
I can
on
pull
that.
it up
That
if
was
I-
a
if
comment.
you-
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I'll
does.
pull-
I'm like, what do you really mean by that? You know?
I mean, it seems like it's a direct correlation with their specific landlord being a terrible person.
Yeah.
Also, where did that term landlord come from? That's what I was thinking the other day. I mean, that has to be dated back from like,
I bet the term changes within the next 5 years.
wait, hey, Jamie, pull that up.
Young Jamie, pull that up.
Jim,
Let's
can you share? Give me a landlord. Give me the.
Can I share this? Do I need to share the screen?
Yeah, share the screen and see.
Hold on.
This is the first podcast, guys. We'll be more streamlined in the next few.
The host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, I'm the host, I guess, huh?
Well, that's
Origin of the term
There you go. Now try it.
landlord.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a medieval. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings style.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know?
It's like King
The
Edward.
concept of a landlord, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
May be traced back to the feudal system of minoralism,
Hmm.
parentheses senioralism, like I know what that means,
I'm like, I don't know any of that.
where a landed estate is owned by a lord of the manor,
Yeah, see?
mesnolords.
Yeah,
Again, I
the-
don't know what that means. There's 3 words. I don't know what they mean all in one sentence. It doesn't happen very often. Usually members of the lower nobility, which came to form the rank of knights in the high mid. I have no idea. This is the worst
mean,
definition.
But
in
this
the
is
history of
what I was imagining it though, like in the medieval sort of times here.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that,
the
that fits
concept goes
bill.
back to there, and then a rental agreement or
Land
lease.
lord.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure it just has to do with being a lord and owning land.
So
There
bad.
you go.
The
So,
landlord is yeah.
Uh,
I wanted a date to the like when the landlord, like a date that corresponds to.
I mean, the bottom line is this. Okay, you are allowed to invest in stuff. You can invest in real estate. You can invest in stocks. You can invest in anything. And anytime you invest in anything, you're buying something, and you're
Yeah.
removing that little nugget of value or whatever good you're buying from the market by owning it.
Right.
So
Right.
you can apply that logic to literally anything.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why people come at you.
But I
for
know
it.
you feel really bad about random comments that attack you on YouTube.
Yeah, if there's one thing I feel bad about, it's random comments. I mean, I literally I don't mind them at all. I support them, whether they're positive or negative,
Right.
because what the haters don't realize is that negative comments actually help the algorithm as well, because YouTube really doesn't know if they're negative.
Yeah, I recently had a short clear 1 million views, and with that came about 1,000 completely asinine comments.
how many of
Once
those?
you
How many of those do you think are people that follow you? that
Somebody-
have
I mean,
no
one
idea
person-
who you
I-
are, and
I
just look
saved,
across
I
it and are
saved
like, "Hey,
every
this
one
guy's
as a screenshot.
all 1,000.
Not well, everyone that was like meaningful and could form a nice YouTube video for me to make.
You have to get some more data for your phone after all those screenshots.
One
Yeah.
guy told me that my parents regret making me. I'm not kidding.
I love it. I love the creativity.
I think that's hilarious. by
I
the
do
way.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny to me.
I know.
I
I
do
love
too.
it.
I can't even imagine a scenario where I would truthfully tell someone and be like, "Man, your parents regret every." Like, it would never
Well,
even
these
cross
people
my
are all
mind.
12-year-olds, right?
Yeah, I
They've
guess.
gotta
I
be-
don't
I
know.
don't even.
No.
I think they're all
That's
like
the stuff that
40,
you would
50-year-olds.
do like when you were 12 is you would just fire off some
Yeah,
aggressive.
but what's
I never do that, but you know.
your demo? Your demo's probably 18 to 34. You know.
I don't know. I think this
No.
video got served up to everybody in their shorts and they started hating it
Just
and then
a
taking
rip
it out on
apart.
me.
So that's the problem. So I mean, once those videos go viral, I mean, then people come out of the
Yeah.
woodwork and like they live to comment on viral videos.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a very weird situation. But let's talk
One guy
about
told me to
Jim's-
They're
die.
like,
of course. Die for making a short. Now let's talk about this short though, because Tommy, did you see it?
no, of course not.
I mean, it was atrocious.
Wait, is this the one
It
about
was
the
the
guy?
worst short of all time.
I
Is
mean,
this the
it
guy about the
was-
vet that like no one,
It was-
like you didn't do anything and they
Tommy,
actually
hold on, Jim. Let me set the tone here.
Can we watch
So-
it?
Yeah, Jim, can we pull it up? Pull it up on your screen.
Yeah.
I mean, this was so I think the title was like best veterinarian in history, and you're like, oh,
No,
fantastic.
that was my video.
Oh, what was the
Am I still
short?
sharing my screen?
No, I can't.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me fix it again. The actual short.
Yeah, I thought it was about that guy that's in the thumbnail, right? That's like,
Yeah.
okay. So do you
Hold on,
not say
let me-
this
Shameless
go to my-
plug.
Yeah.
Let me go to my
Go to-
channel here.
Shameless plug there.
This is the video. So you can see the greatest vet of all time.
So hold on. Before you click on it. So Tommy, look at this. You see the greatest vet of all time. And even I was intrigued by the
Yeah,
thumbnail here.
I mean, this guy's doing something to this calf that is
yeah, the greatest
Like,
vet
I
of
just
all
got
time.
excited because I found him on YouTube.
innovative.
So
in
so
some degree.
Tommy, this video, how long is the video, Jim?
It's a short.
minute?
It's a minute.
He starts talking about this vet, and then the video literally ends.
No.
There's an intro and it just stays, and then the video ends. And like watch it. You have to watch
Oh,
it.
God.
It's the worst video I've ever seen. Somehow it's
Apparently, that's the key to getting 1 million views.
It's just
It's
having the
unbelievable.
worst video of all time.
All I did
Corner
was
of the
just piss
market.
people off with the video.
click it.
You're about to piss me off. I mean,
I
look at
mean,
his
never
stupid
seen a
face
worse
on here.
video.
I mean, what is he doing?
Oh, when I have to see Jim's huge face there.
I mean, how big's your eye right there?
Wait, you don't have any volume though. This is I can't hear anything. Turn the volume up.
I mean, don't
Oh,
mute
that
it.
really
Yeah.
did something.
Fixed it. I can hear it now.
Well, this is what we're gonna do. Everybody needs to go watch this video who's watching this podcast. Comment below the greatest vet of all time short from DVM Cellini's page, and you will be as let down as everybody else was.
Wait, are you talking or is he talking doing an exam?
Jim just there you go.
I don't think he
And-
ever thought
and
he'd be on
a camp
TikTok.
as cooperative as this one is. And there may be a
Oh,
good reason for that I wasn't thinking of at the time.
So there's a video of this old man
These hopping res-
I mean,
doing an
Jim.
exam on a calf, and then it just ends.
Oh,
There's no
That
like
was
background.
brutal.
There's no
I mean, Jim, you
like,
kinda,
subject.
all he said was, "I bet you he never thought he'd be on TikTok." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nailed it.
worst video I've ever
Oh,
seen.
Like what?
Well,
did you-
let me
be honest.
let me
2022.
I'm
let-
gonna predict what happened. You literally just took like the first or like a minute clip out of your video that you already made and just
well, so what I did was I literally just found this on YouTube because it struck me one day to make a video about this guy because this guy is legit. All joking aside, this guy is the greatest vet of all time, and it's not even close.
He was
but-
a neurovet.
Yeah, he
Like
was a
you were-
neurologist. He was a
Gotcha.
neurologist and an anatomist.
Is he
And
just
so
like find every pathway? whatever.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
literally like discovered every single pathway in every vet, relevant species.
All right.
So I just was like, okay, where is he on YouTube? Obviously nowhere, except for one video from the ACVIM from like 10 years ago. He did a
He wasn't on
conference
YouTube.
No, shockingly, he did not care about that.
Is he still alive?
No, he died last year.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sad.
So
It was a
I
tribute.
he,
It was a poor
yeah.
tribute, but it was a tribute.
right.
Very poor
well,
tribute.
well,
Yeah,
the lawn video is much
Whoa.
better.
Yeah, probably not.
But basically, I just got excited and I was like, I'm gonna make a TikTok, and then the TikTok blew up to 500,000 views. So I said,
Really?
okay. So I was like, well,
I don't think that
might
one
as
came
well-
across my page.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Wait, you posted that? You posted that same video on TikTok?
that was the first. So all my
Oh.
all the experiments go to TikTok,
Yeah, but that video went to TikTok first.
right? And then I
And
was
what
like,
it-
well,
what was the general vibe over there?
Yeah, what were the comments
most
like on that
people,
one?
it was less evil compared to YouTube. Like it was very much
Evil.
like it was like, oh, it's Dr. D, Dr. Del Hunta. Like people actually knew.
Hmm.
It's like I could make a hashtag of vet neurology on TikTok.
I think the ranking of how mean people are in comments is Twitter is the worst,
Is it?
and then YouTube, and then Instagram, and then I think TikTok is actually pretty good. Like people on there are pretty nice.
Oh, that's not true at all.
No, I
feel
mean,
like,
not, I mean,
gyms
this
are
is all
brutal
relative.
sometimes.
It's all relative here, but I'm saying like
Ah,
Twitter is like,
yeah.
I mean, if you're like, oh, this guy's blue, they're like, you think this guy's blue today? Oh, string turtle.
Right.
You know, it's
Twitter's
like
like the wild, wild west of social media.
Oh, it's
Anything
bad.
goes.
Yeah.
Because there's no censorship. It's like TikTok, you can't have like nudity and stuff like that. They'll take it down. Same
Right,
with
yeah.
Instagram. Twitter is like, whatever, man, go for it.
Yeah, Twitter doesn't care at all.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
How funny is that? The guy said, you should, what do you say? You go die or something?
He told me to die.
I mean, to be fair, I was
Ah.
thinking the same thing when I watched it. Because I was like, what? I mean, where was the middle of this?
Are you guys
know
still
what I
seeing
mean?
my screen?
No.
No, I unto it. Hold on, let me see. Sorry, I have to.
I mean, this
keep
guy's
turning on.
doing some
There you go.
arbitrary
Now you can do it.
physical exam finding on a calf. Jim's like, look at this guy.
I don't know. I
You can
still
share
can't
now, Jim.
He's amazing.
I still can't share it.
Like I did a tumor board this week and I tried to like I couldn't share the screen. And like everyone was like,
Oh, how
there's-
nervous were you?
Oh, it was terrible. It was,
Oh,
I,
I
wa-
bet.
I mean, I was the only resident in there, and
Can
it's
you see
literally
it
like nights at
Yeah.
the round table of surgical oncologists, and they're like, "We can't see the images." And I was like, "Okay, sweet, thanks."
Approximately, I would say conservatively, 100,000 people said is a Dr. Pol.
There's no 100,000.
I'm like, I'm not
Dr. Pop, I've
even.
never heard of that in my life. That guy in my life.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
how
the
did he-
guy on TV that's like super old, and looks like that.
Oh, is he the guy in like the God? What is it? It's like Wild Wild West Vet Med or something. People love that show, right?
Oh yeah.
No, that's Rocky Mountain Vet. That's the other guy that
Ah,
doesn't wear a
that's-
mask when
Is
he
that
does surgery.
is that just like the general practice guy who just does everything?
Sort of? Yeah, they
He does like
both of them
C-sections.
are what people politely say are old school, but
Yeah.
what they really do is just I mean, there's no other way to say it. They literally do surgery. And we're talking like fracture repairs with like implants and stuff with no mask on.
Yeah, I've seen those guys where I'm like, so does like the sterile
Like the
technique
guy's
not
on
apply?
the Rocky Mountain Vet. He's on, and I was gonna make a reaction episode to it because there was an episode on YouTube, and he's just putting an intramedullary pin into a dog's femur, and he's got a sleeveless shirt on, no mask, no gown, but he's got gloves on. I'm like, oh well, at least he
Good,
chose the gloves
good.
at least.
Just spitting in the implant in the wound.
Yeah.
It's good.
Dude, everything like.
Oh, and by the
every-
way, he takes a shot at like specialists and like people charging too much for vet med in the
Oh,
episode.
here we go.
It's like, well, I guess they drive a nicer car than me. I was like, okay.
Oh,
yeah, they
yeah,
also
I
don't
mean,
have
all right.
post-op infections like you either.
Also,
yeah.
right. Also, his car is nicer than mine on the show.
Hey,
It's almost
what a
as if this
concept.
TV show pays you
Yeah.
more.
What a
I always
concept.
here we
see,
go.
like TikTok always comes by.
Amina says, "Thanks for telling us nothing, douchebag," with an exclamation.
Yeah, you got to throw in a little stab there.
It's
know?
not good enough to say. It's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim,
Oh,
of course,
God.
Jim. There's one thing you should know about Jim is you can't out troll him. Like
No,
that's
you really can't.
If you're going to come at him, he will troll you twice as hard, and
Your whole
he
audience is going to challenge me now, which I don't know if I look forward to. But
yeah.
look at this guy. I saw this twice. Another video for Noon to give a about.
Noon.
And I pointed out that
Noon.
noon isn't a word.
Noon.
And then he says, "Your wife is asking my friends now."
What does that even mean?
Liz
That's
is asking her
bad.
friends?
Bad comeback.
That's a reach right there, Jimmy Two Teeth.
That's a reach. Yeah, nice try.
Noon
Wow.
isn't a word, but no one is who cares about what you're saying here, buddy. What's
Yeah.
the biggest like seniority moment that somebody's tried to like lean on you during your training years?
Like what? Like what do you mean?
Like a seniority flex is what I'm trying to say, where somebody is
I
trying to
know.
just like
Oh,
pass stuff what's the biggest, like somebody is so above you and they passed on to you the most like either demeaning or trivial or pain in the ass task for you to do? What jumps out at
task?
you?
I mean, I can't remember a task, but yeah, I
Like
mean,
a
I can
DQ
remember.
ulcer debridement or something that you didn't have to do and they made you do
Oh,
it?
Fortunately, I've never
yeah.
had to do that. Yeah,
I had to do. Actually, I mentioned this on a video one time. I had to do.
That's a
when I was
pressure
at-
sore for people that don't know.
Yeah, when I was an intern, I was working overnight, and I was working with actually my friend. I don't know if she wants to be on this podcast, but
she was
my-
block that one out.
She does
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
my senior resident at the time.
Okay, all
I mean,
one viewer of ours will.
Yeah, no,
Don't know
yeah,
who
I
she
love
is.
her. We're friends, but she like the only time someone's ever pulled rank on me is because there's a patient in the ER with impacted stool, and she was like, "Look, she's like, I don't want to do this to you because you're my friend, but like I can't do this."
Really?
I was like, well, I can't do it either. And for those who don't know, it's basically like sometimes the elderly will get so constipated that their stool just essentially like huge stool ball in the rectum, and it just sits there, and it can become infected. And if you don't relieve it,
You like
I mean,
bowel perf, bowel ischemia,
yeah.
and all this stuff. Yeah.
and what you have to
Yeah.
do is manually disimpact it, literally with your finger. And as soon as you disimpact it, you think like, oh, you just pull out that stool ball, but it's literally like opening up the Hoover Dam.
Oh,
Like,
it's,
I mean, I'm talking like all over the floor.
it's like gym on a Saturday.
Just a regular day for gym.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
And
Tuesday
dare
morning. Yeah.
but then so that was the only time. But then I actually pulled rank because for some reason I had a med student overnight with me, which is like random. And I was like,
God,
I was
that
like,
poor
look,
med student. Oh,
I know. I was like, look,
Oh.
I can't do this, but I'm gonna need you to do this. And she had like she was tiny and she had like really small hand. I was like, you're perfect for the job.
Yeah. You're like, get on up in there. Use
She's
that
like,
whole
I'll do it. She's like, I'll do it.
I don't think I ever had like, the only thing is because radiology isn't a lot of like stuff, especially diagnostic. There's not like a whole lot of things that are like, oh, I'll only push this off on you. Like, Al as a senior and like my seniors and stuff, you have to give like rectal contrast for a CT or something.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I mean, if you know how to do it, like, I don't need to be there with you to give rectal contrast. Like, I
Right.
trust you to do that. I think that was that. But I think probably the biggest thing I ran into was on like night shifts. We would early on in my training, our night shifts we would split. So it's like you would come in, like you would kind of stagger them a little bit. So the
Mhm.
second person would always stay for 12 hours, but then the first person would like they'd be there probably for like 10 hours or so. But it's you kind of, if you finagle and someone can read fast enough, it's like you don't need two people on overnight back in the day at my place. And we were supposed to split them up. So it's like you don't get the last shift doing 12 hours nonstop by yourself. And I got the people that were seniors would basically just leave like at midnight and be like, all right, peace. And I was
Yeah.
like,
See, that's no bueno.
yeah,
Because
that was,
then you get screwed.
yeah, because I was on literally as a second year starting call, and it's like I'm getting rinsed in the ED with studies, and it's covering 2 hospitals, and they're like, "All right, see you later," and then it's like a stroke comes in, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
One trauma wrecks your whole day.
Oh yeah,
That's what people don't understand. Well, let me explain that for a second. So he's talking about is, when
You're always one case away.
yeah.
Oh,
Always-
when
you're-
it always comes.
That's a commonality between human and vet med. There's just one extra case that keeps you there.
it will
Yep.
always come in too. And
Did
as soon as
did
you think you're free, you're never free.
100%. What was it? Yesterday we were leaving, and my partner, he was like, he asked me if I ever seen the movie what it's like called waiters or something.
Oh yeah, with Dane Cook is in it, right?
Like old. It's like
Waiting?
Jessica's
waiting. Maybe it's waiting.
It's with
And he was
Ryan
saying-
Reynolds.
is Ryan
I
Reynolds
don't
in
know.
that?
It's an old
I
movie.
thought
but
it was
he was
Ryan
saying,
Reynolds.
I
He
think
was
Dane
saying that
Cook's in
like
it too.
he's saying that like at like whatever closing time they're like just staring at the clock and they're like
Oh,
and they're like clicks and like someone knocks on the door. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
he's like that's how you feel because like yesterday we were about to leave and like 1 minute before we were about to leave our shift was over. A CT came in and he was like, oh.
Do you do the like a cutoff time where it's like you're responsible for everything before this, and it's like
Yeah, because it's just shift change. It's
Yeah.
like once our night guy comes on, we take out. I mean, if the list is like 10 CTs on there, we'll stay to clean it before we
yeah,
go.
yeah, help them
But,
out a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, I have list anxiety. I don't know what you do. I mean, if I see anything over more than one CT or anything on the list, I got to clear it. It has to be clear at all times.
I was bad about that early on where I'll check, but now I don't mind it because I've gotten in situations where I'll do like night shifts with another senior or like another fourth year. Or I guess I haven't done any night shifts this year, but like 2 third years or something like that. And for those, it's PGY 4, I guess. It's like R3.
Yeah.
And you'll be on it. It's like literally you can handle pretty much everything overnight. So you just sit there, talk for like 30 minutes. The list piles up and you're like, oh, I should probably clean this off. You're just like,
Michael, is this
my nightmare?
I'd rather have just like an ideal. I know exactly what video this is.
Is this what you're referring to when you had to?
I haven't seen this video. What is it? Oh,
This is the patient that you deobstipated or whatever you call it.
This is 100% exactly right. I mean, that is how much force is behind that thing,
Dude, I thought when I first saw that, I was
oh
Dude.
my.
I mean, that would take your head off in a heartbeat, man.
Yeah, just what people don't realize
Wow.
is that like liquid, bowel material collects around like the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't solidify; it just collects.
So
It's
it's
like
like it's like a
the-
rock plugging up a.
Watch
soup.
out for that.
Also,
Yeah,
I
I
would
don't know
not
what's going on
stand
there.
there. By the way,
Yeah. I mean, what is that guy doing?
$10,000 poker decision sounds good.
It's like
Stop
my,
sharing. Stop sharing.
We used to people listening probably don't know, we used to play poker. We would go down in college, and while Jim was so Jim did vet school at UGA, Tommy was at UGA, and I also finished up at UGA. We were all overlapping, even though we're a few years apart from each other. But
And this
Jim and
was
I,
like 2007 to 2008,
yeah, this is a long time ago.
and this is
But
when
we-
people were terrible at poker.
Yeah, this was like
This
is
is
the
when
beginning of
nobody
the
knew how to
poker
play
boom.
poker.
yeah.
yeah, this is the poker era. We used to drive down to, where do we go? Tunica? Where is
Biloxi.
Tunica?
Biloxi.
We went to Biloxi.
Biloxi, Tunica. We went to Tunica,
We only
right?
went to Tunica once, but we went to
I
Biloxi
never
a bunch of times.
Did we always go to Biloxi? I thought we went to like, was there another place in Tennessee?
We went
that
to the Hard Rock Biloxi,
Mm.
and we went
I
to the
remember that
Imperial
one.
Palace.
Oh, the IP.
man. Oh,
Yeah.
I love the IP. I still have
Oh.
that card that has like the big IP on it up until.
Did
like,
you go,
Jared.
Tommy?
Yeah, we went.
Me and
we-
Jared met.
yeah, Jared and
Oh,
I went. Who's actually shout out to Jared. His wedding's in about a week, but
Oh, yeah, it is a week.
yeah,
Yeah.
in St.
So
Augustine.
getting married
Yeah.
to a bag of Callaways.
That guy loves golf more than anybody.
He loves
Although
golf,
I do talk to
private
him.
equity and Broncos. No one loves those three. That's all he cares about. Every conversation is centered around those three things. All his funny thing is all his friends like, God, I love the Imperial House.
The Imperial
This
Palace.
is the
was-
property, baby.
that was the heat back in the day.
And this,
What-
is, this is where legends were made at the 1-2 tables.
yes, it was.
Legends.
Didn't it get
I used to walk
Destroyed by
right
the
through
hurricane?
there, go in.
I
go to
never
the
saw it.
cage.
I never saw any of the outside or anything. I just went from the parking deck to the poker
Well,
table.
what's weird
for
is
hours.
that, like,
Yeah.
so in all seriousness, this hotel is not the greatest, but you go into this room that's like smoke filled and dark with no windows, and it's
Oh,
somewhere
so
around,
much
like,
cigarette smoke.
it's somewhere around like here. It's like the middle of the tower.
Wait, what do you
where the
mean?
po-
It's upstairs?
yeah, remember going
Oh, I
up?
thought
We
it
had
was
to
the
go up a
floor.
bunch of escalators.
I
don't
mean,
think
I
it's-
vaguely remember.
I remember the poker room, but I don't remember like the.
I just
actual
remember-
process
We would
of
go
it.
here and we would, I mean, to be fair, we would clean house, me, Michael, and another friend of ours.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matthew. But yeah, I would, we usually make money and I would pay for my rent for months after going here.
Yeah, I mean, you bring in $200, which I mean, it's crazy to think about. Is because back in those days, we would bring $200, and I probably had like $300 in my account.
I never had more than $1,000 to my name.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
through college. I mean, that was just a little side bartending money or whatnot. We'd go down there, pull out $200 cash, and was like, "Well,
Yeah.
see what happens here."
Yeah,
God,
right?
that's brutal. I think I went on that trip with you guys, Jim, and I had like $300 in my bank account. I took out like 150 to play poker, and I was calling a bet.
I saw your
hand-
hand shaking.
Dude, yeah, I was like, my hand was shaking. I was like, I was like,
I thought you
Oh, I
needed
was like,
medical
that's
attention. I was like,
Well,
what
that's
is wrong with Tommy? Oh, he's just nervous.
yeah, I was like, I can't eat for a
Essential
week
trimmer.
if I lose this.
Yeah,
That's
the problem. I mean, we were playing with scared money back then, so I couldn't.
Oh
I mean,
God.
I remember so many hands I defaulted because I was just too scared to continue.
Yeah,
Oh,
Michael
oh,
didn't play a
I
hand.
remember this. Yeah, Michael used to fucking fold on the river and be like,
He folded
Oh,
everything.
easily.
Michael
Bro,
was
if you-
just there. Michael was just there for the talking. Let's be honest with you.
Yeah, I did like to talk. It was fun.
Me and our other friend is who mixed it up
Yeah,
and
I
put our
just sat
net
there-
worth on the table once an hour.
I would just meat grind it, and that was it.
Yeah,
Used to
old
play
meat grinder.
penny slots, get free drinks the whole time.
Yeah, I would just
Oh.
grind it out.
That was the dream right there.
Speaking of traveling, so Tommy, you didn't tell us a story of what happened tonight. with your-
Coming back from
with
work
your
today.
car.
Yeah,
Hold up, before we
Tommy's-
go to the story,
Tommy's
can you pull
brand
up a
new
picture-
car.
Can we? What is it? A Honda? What?
Honda Fit 2010.
Yeah.
I think it's the Sport Series. So background of
which
the
used
story.
to be my wife's car.
Yeah, I bought this when I first moved to Chicago for residency. My like,
Shout out to Liz.
yeah, shout out to Liz.
Shell is.
My very first job was like right across the street, so I literally didn't. My commute to work was 10 steps every day, which is honestly like the greatest thing that's ever happened. Then I started to commute further south in the city and everything, and I would have to take the bus and the train. I didn't have a car. And at that same time, Liz was getting rid of her car, which was a 2010 orange 2010 Honda Fit.
Yeah, bright orange.
Bright orange. It's
Yeah.
about as
Can't
orange
miss
as it gets.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of dog hair in it when I got it.
Slightly.
that thing was.
I mean,
It looked like a vet's office.
It looked like he was owned by a veterinary intern. Let's just say.
Yeah, it was. When I say coated in dog hair, it was coated in dog hair.
And
Yeah.
Tommy was pissed.
Yeah,
I would have just
yes.
burned it.
Yeah, well, I needed a car, so. But anyway, so it's
There's
my
the
baby.
dream.
There it is, right
I mean,
there.
this
Wait, that
thing's
looks
like,
newer though.
This is I typed in 2010.
Yours looks crappier, Tommy.
well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I haven't taken care of it.
See, this car is washed.
Oh, that's
Sometimes-
why it looks so much better. It's clean.
Yeah,
This thing is shaped like a tick.
It really is.
dude.
It's got,
Honestly,
like-
it's truly indestructible. You can do anything you want. But anyway, so I was.
Hold on. Of all places, though,
You know what this
a
looks
front-
like? This looks like the helmet of a Power Ranger.
It does
Oh,
kinda look like
exactly.
that.
That's-
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly right. Oh
Uh,
my god. Yeah, it's
but-
that. What was I gonna say?
well,
Use
there's
this
no shot I can get that for my car.
in $7,000. 0% chance.
Yeah.
But you have a front wheel drive car with bicycle tires in Chicago.
Yeah, it
Of all
snowed.
places.
Literally, there was like a short blizzard last night. We got like 8 inches or something like that. Fortunately, the city's good about cleaning off. Anyway, so I'm driving home from work, which previously I was this close to getting a wreck myself, getting home from work.
Why?
I was trying to change lanes, and some guy slammed on the brakes, and I like had to slam on in front. It's just driving in the city in rush hour. It's terrible. And
God.
so I was driving through. There's red light cameras. So every time there's a certain red light camera, it's for those who know.
Why do you keep showing it?
That's so terrible. Just imagine. I
You
don't
mean,
have tinted windows.
these tires aren't good in the snow?
It's forged in Alaska. So anyway, so
Jeez.
I'm going through the light and I can see the timer going down, and I'm like, this thing is so finicky. I've gotten so many tickets.
What do you
from
mean the
this.
timer?
The timer on the red light to switch. So you know how the crosswalk has like a
Oh
timer
yeah,
that
the little
counts down?
man, the crosswalk.
Yeah. So if you watch the timer,
Yeah.
at 1 second it turns yellow and then it goes.
Right.
So I see it. I'm getting at this exact point where
Michael's
it's
just
like,
driven to work every day. He forgot how red light.
Is that what you guys do now? I don't
Yeah.
know. I have a
Michael's like,
driver.
so no one takes you there. That's weird.
Yeah.
But but so I was watching the timer, but I started to slow down, and I noticed this guy was trying to beat the yellow light, and I was like, I don't want to get another ticket. I literally got one like 2 weeks ago. So I slow down, and I see he's just barreling through it. And I was like, oh no. And so I speed up just a little bit because I see him slam on his brakes, and I speed up so he doesn't hit me. And I roll out into the middle of the intersection, and I'm like, oh, okay, good, we avoided it. And then I stop after I'm going forward a little bit, and he just slams on the gas and hits me. And I was like,
What?
dude,
So
I swear
after you
No,
avoided,
I did that to somebody in undergrad.
oh God.
I did
Wait,
in
so
my
you-
in my old lifted Jeep.
Oh,
wow.
great Jeep.
Wait, so you
I blasted some guy in something like small, like a Toyota Camry or something.
it's so stupid.
And
Wait,
then-
so
and
so
so
you
dad had to take me to traffic court, and he tried to tell the judge that because I go to Georgia Tech and I have straight A's to cut me some slack, and the judge was like, "What? No."
yeah, I'm sure the
It was a
judge
$300
gave
ticket.
zero cares.
That's
yeah.
the most dad thing ever. Oh,
Wait,
it is.
so-
He's good
so you-
straight
So wait,
But,
so you avoided
so I
avoided
literally-
the first wreck,
yeah.
and you were like,
Quick thinking.
"Phew."
I was like, oh, thank God. And oh God, this is the funniest thing ever. But I avoided the wreck, and I was like, oh man, that was a smart move to like go forward. And the guy just
Feel
goes,
that.
"Wah," and hits me. And I was like, it was over. I was like, what are you
kind
doing?
What kind of car do you have?
I don't know. It's equally as crappy as my car. It's
Right.
like just combo
Wait,
of crappy.
so
cars.
then what happened? So
I
he
look
hit
in the
you.
rear view mirror, and he's like, I was like, you? I was like, I should be the one outraged. And so I pull up to the side of the road.
It's his fault.
Yeah, he
100%.
I stopped at a red light. He hit me in the back. Like that's his
Yeah.
fault. So I pull over. I'm like, well, I don't want to sit in the middle of the intersection. So I go off to the right a little bit. And I'm like, oh, I'll wait for him to come around. Meanwhile, I get out to check my car.
Maybe
you
he's
know-
going to turn around or
Yeah,
something.
I was like, oh, maybe. And this guy, as soon as the light turns green, just takes off.
Oh my God.
I was like,
did you chase after him?
no.
Yeah.
I checked my car. There's like a scratch and a dent. I was like, man, what are you gonna do? There's actually a dent because my back gate. So literally,
Why are you showing this?
so Jim,
Tommy,
below the,
what part of this was scratched?
so the whole back, but
The whole back?
it was previously there. So right below.
I
where
mean,
the license
is
plate
this not a wall of car right here in the back? Look at this.
That thing
It's
is.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's atrocious. I hate it. But I'm in a residency. and
If
that's what
you're
you
if
gotta
you're a
do.
fit owner, comment below.
yeah.
Shout
like,
out fit owners out there.
Orange
Probably a lot of
fit.
crossover with the vet community of fits.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, shockingly so. But yeah, so I was in a hit and run today, and I was like, I literally got home. I was like, well, what are you gonna do? I was like, well, it still works.
So
and
I mean,
drives.
can you open your trunk?
So I actually before
probably didn't
that
try.
I couldn't open the trunk anyway, and
Oh.
so no, I'm not
Are
even
you
joking. So
serious?
I can't open the trunk. Like
What,
you have to.
can
do
you
it
open
from-
it now after the accident?
I wish.
Did you a favor?
Yeah, I was like, hey, thanks, man.
Hey, thanks for shaking that loose.
Yeah.
No, it just pops open randomly.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Nobody
But,
could figure it out. All the mechanics I went to, but it turns out all it needed was an accident.
So I tried to fix it myself, but I kicked the
I'm sure that
tailgate
went
one
well.
time. So there's a giant.
How did you try to fix it
I,
exactly?
I tried to punch it to see if it like closed, and
Yeah,
it just put a
yeah.
huge dent in my car. So the
Caitlin,
dent
have
from
any
me,
advice?
yeah. So the dent from me is bigger than the dent from the wreck, and I was like, man, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, it looks like crap.
Nothing.
I don't care. That's how you parallel
Yeah,
park in
well.
Chicago. But I was in a hit and
that's
run.
true.
It was pretty exciting,
I don't miss
That's
those
true.
Chicago streets. I'll tell you that right now.
dude. The potholes are so bad right now.
Oh,
I mean, I'm like doing this every day to work, trying to.
I
avoid
mean,
every
your
pothole.
freaking chassis dips into every pothole. I don't know how.
Dude, I hit a pothole and I'm like, oh, that's the end. Here goes the accident.
I have no idea how your car is still like functioning. Like I've been in that car when it hits a severe pothole
Oh.
in Chicago.
I think suspension is, I mean, an abomination.
There's no suspension.
Yeah. I mean, it just
Uh,
bottoms out every time you drive.
Yeah.
It literally like I'll hit something and I'm like a tire just burst. I'm like, in the
Like it
middle of
literally feels like a wooden roller coaster.
Yeah.
I
the
can't think of
cyclone,
a-
Georgia Cyclone.
Yeah, the
I
Georgia
can't think of a
Cyclone.
worse
Screen
a
machine.
worse-
Screen machine. There you
God.
go. Yeah.
Those are old school. I can't think of a worse car for well, in general, but a worse car for Chicago.
Just
Chicago in the winter.
oh,
Give me a fit.
dude, I gotta
What I
like
need.
shovel it out every day to just get to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Well, Tom, your
Uh,
car payment is $0 a month, so
It
That's
is
true.
$0.
There
It's
you
been
go.
$0 for 4 years, and I plan to keep it that way for another year.
Dave Ramsey would be very happy with you.
Dave Ramsey.
sell your core.
So, what does he always say?
Sell your core. This is as close as Dave Ramsey I could do.
Dude, people love new cars though.
Because you're stupid.
God.
This is what we're doing. We're almost 40-year-old doctors. This is what almost 40-year-old doctors do, right?
Yeah.
They buy investment property and get in car accidents.
Yeah. That's what you do. Who's
Yeah.
almost
Honda
40,
Fits.
brother?
Yeah.
I'm not almost 40.
Jim's almost 40.
Yeah.
I am almost 40.
You turned 40 this
Jeez.
year.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
Jeez.
I can't believe that.
I know.
Whoa, man.
Jeez.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it a lot lately.
Yeah, very good
Yeah, that's-
colonoscopy.
Seriously. What's the new guidelines?
Do I need? Well, apparently 45.
Really? Unless
Yeah.
you have a history.
Yeah,
Which
it's
we
like 10
don't.
years below. Yeah, we don't have a history.
So-
We
so-
actually surprisingly don't. I mean, our grandfather, he lived till, I think he died in his 70s, but he smoked and drank more than any human being alive.
He was was
Yeah.
wildly unhealthy.
like shockingly
He's
so unhealthy.
Smoked, drank, diabetic, every comorbidity that
He had
you-
both of his legs amputated. It's our
Yeah.
grandfather. He had
Yeah.
both of his legs amputated, and he still wouldn't quit smoking.
Yeah. Well, should we tell a little story of when we were kids when we visited him in the hospital?
Yeah.
I don't- I was so
I'm
young,
just
I
trying to
don't
figure out what
remember.
story you want to share.
So he was a very unhealthy diabetic, ate so poorly, smoked her for, who knows how many years?
His entire
know what-
life.
His entire life smoking, all the time.
literally
And
7
he drank
years
a
of-
lot too.
Yeah. Drank a lot too. Very unhealthy. He had one leg amputated. And side note, he used to like chase us around the house with it when we were little kids and scare us half to death.
Oh my God, he
Um,
would terrify me.
But one time we visited him in the hospital because he got his other leg amputated, and I was probably like 7. And he handed me money to go down to the cafeteria and get him a hot dog.
Yeah,
because he did it because he was still like NPO. He couldn't
So-
eat anything.
Yeah, and they tried to get him to lose weight all through my childhood. He was like trying to lose weight, and back then, the way you lost weight, a lot of people use this product called Slim Fast, which I think you use today. Is still a company, but
Is this still around?
I think so. But it's basically
I think
just
it
a
is
high.
still a company.
It's a meal replacement shake that you're supposed to drink instead of having a
Oh,
meal.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
But he would
That's the
drink
key
it with,
there.
he would
Yeah.
drink it with his meals.
yeah. That was it was like a milkshake on the side.
He would literally drink it with lunch.
Yeah, but a lot of people actually thought that way because it's a meal replacement.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, shocker, people still do that with the meal replacements.
Wait,
like, in
Jim.
the hospital and stuff.
Yeah.
Young
Still
Jim,
common.
can you pull up the nutrition facts of Slim Fast?
Of a
I
Slim
just-
Fast.
Yeah, I just want to see because it's been. That was all the rage back. Tommy, you might be too young. Do you remember?
I like vaguely remember Slim Fast, like commercials and stuff like that.
You got to go to the original because
Yeah.
there's probably a ton of sugar in that thing.
I'm sure.
Still, I need to see some nutrition facts in that. That
I'll
guy.
share your credit card details.
24 vitamins and minerals.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can find some nutrition info.
But there you go, down there.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Yep. Boop, oh.
So I wonder which one this is. So this was a meal replacement, not to be consumed with a meal. Let's see here.
It's 150.
Hold on. This is
20 servings per.
a different product.
Yeah, I
God,
just
get
want to see
outta
it like because it was originally just that powder, that old school looking container that had like the chocolate powder. And you just eat it. Maybe
They had a
that's it.
can, a little aluminum can that he would. Here's
Yeah.
the.
Oh, there's the fit. There you go. Look at that.
Here's
That's
the
just a bottle.
Here's one bottle of Slim Fast. It has 19 grams of sugar and 10 grams of protein.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I guess if it's 180 calories though, and it's a meal, you literally drink that for one meal. Like,
yeah.
it's not
It's
bad.
it's mostly the calories, right? But if you have a 180 calorie drink,
But you're not giving this to like diabetics and stuff like that.
no. I'm saying, but this is for people to lose weight. So they lose weight just based off caloric deficit.
So
Yeah.
just the
That's what I'm
idea is that instead of eating 500 calories for lunch, you just drink this instead, and you're at a 300 or so negative calorie intake.
You know.
which I guess
But-
is, I mean,
People
You're
like our
starving
grandfather
anyways.
had other thoughts.
yeah. So
How about some mortadell with a Slim Fast?
yeah,
Little
that was
sweet
like his
treat.
chocolate milk on the side or
Oh
something.
God.
Yeah, he used to
But,
tell me to go get him hot dogs too when he was in the hospital.
Yeah, those are the
Give me a
days.
hot dog. He used to he had dentures, and when he
Did
lost
you
I didn't know
really?
that. I had
when
no
he lost
idea.
both of his legs, he would be in his wheelchair, and he would move his mouth in a way that his dentures would shake around, and he looked at me like this, and
God Almighty.
I mean,
His
name
whole
something
goal in life-
scarier for
I
an
know.
8-year-old. Like,
His whole goal
guy
in
has
life
no
was,
legs and his teeth are moving around.
Yeah.
You imagine B seeing that? She'd be like,
Oh,
ah.
I
my
wouldn't let her
God.
near him.
She'd be terrified. And he thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, he had this.
Yeah. Deep.
It
laugh.
probably wasn't nearly as scary as the memory of it. It's just like,
Probably
I
not.
mean, yeah, that holds true of most things that
Alright.
scare 8-year-olds.
okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
no, I'm
Tommy's
still
like,
afraid of
it
the dark.
wouldn't be scared to
Tommy,
me.
hey Tommy,
Yeah.
never speak again.
Nah,
Oh,
I can
man.
handle it. He wouldn't scare me right now.
Hope you do better in rounds than that.
I haven't been on rounds in
God.
5 years, so I don't know.
Yeah. No rounds in radiology.
Not quite. Actually,
You know, they-
I'd do the COVID floors that we would round. They'd ask me to
Oh,
present
yeah.
patients.
I forgot you had to do that. How long did you have to do it for?
I did like a week and a half of nights in the COVID ICU. Like we had to turn to
I mean,
COVID
that's
ICU.
how bad it was. You had a radiologist doing
brutal.
ICU nights.
I had the attending, like the palm crate attendings that would come in. They'd be like, "Oh, see you later, Jim."
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Hey, bye, Jim.
Yeah. All right. It's just me and Michael now.
Yeah.
Hey, what is this guy doing?
I know.
I had to close the door. You guys act like this is some crazy thing.
I have no doors.
better.
But no, they would ask me to present stuff, and I hadn't done it in years. I'd be like, I don't know, man. They'd be like, what do you think it is? I'd be like, I don't know.
You can't
never-
even remember. You can't even come up with any, like,
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I truly don't know. And they were like, how do you not study? I was like, I'm not one of the IR guys like Michael.
Yeah, like,
that
I
rotated
can't
to sick
even-
you.
yeah, I can't even like come up with a thought.
Yeah. I'm like, I know like vague stuff about like
Yeah.
vitals and like certain labs. It's like obviously the generic stuff, but like you go specifics on me, it's getting like,
It's amazing how fast you lose it.
yeah, the respiratory therapist
You
would
don't
bring
use it.
like a
Yeah.
blood gas, and I was like, whoa, man.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, no, I know. It's
yeah.
You lose it very quickly. So yeah. What where's your new gym, by the way?
It's down the road. It's like,
Is
yeah, it's one that Caitlin joined, and then I joined.
it like a gym or is it like climbing gym? Or?
It's like modified private training actually, but it's actually reasonable. They like programs specifically for you. And
Oh,
then
nice.
like when I go in, it's like there'll be like 1 or 2 people in there. And then the
Mhm.
person like coaches both of you, like as you're doing your specific workout. It's actually kind of nice. I mean, I literally haven't worked out in 2 years, so it's
Yeah,
nice
how
to
are you
get-
feeling now?
I feel they're going very slow because I still have my like wrist thing going on. So it's like,
Oh yeah. How is that, by the way?
it's good. It's going slow. I got the bill for the MRI and I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to have surgery on it no matter what.
Does your insurance cover any of like it had to
No.
cover?
Not
Really?
a cent. I like they didn't cover anything. I don't know if it's just the deductible. I need to call the actual insurance company.
You probably have a high deductible plan.
Wait, how much was an MRI of your wrist?
MRI on my wrist was like $2,000.
Oh,
But is
is it
that
that
like?
expensive?
I think it's overpriced because it's like at a nice like ortho group that's like a high end
wonder
ortho
if-
group.
So
I
wait,
wonder
you have
if
to
that-
pay that out of pocket?
Yeah, that's what they want to pay out of pocket.
Oh my god.
Well,
I
I'm
was like-
confused. Do you have like a high deductible insurance or something?
No, it's not that high. It's like it's around $2,000. I don't know why. And then like nothing else is getting paid for. And I was like, I don't know. I'm getting
Interesting.
confused. Yeah. I
Yeah, I
need to
would call
clarify
them.
with them, which is, why I try and limit what studies get ordered for our patients because they get bills
Yeah.
like that. And they're like,
Exactly.
But,
I hate over ordering for that reason.
my biggest pet peeve is total spines for something
Yeah.
like be a lumbar
Wait, how
spine
do you get claustrophobic?
you know what? I did, but it's actually not that bad anymore.
Dude,
I
I
was
don't
like-
think I did. I feel like I would have to like be blindfolded, earphones, like not like before I even pushed in. I would like not see it.
Yeah. You got to put I did the eye mask thing. Well, it's face down. So it's like, you don't see anything.
Oh yeah, true.
And once you like don't see it, it's not bad. The first one I had was a lumbar spine from my back a while back when I was like
Oh, yeah.
21. They shoved me in head first and rolled me down the thing, and I was like, whoa! I was like, what are we doing?
I can't handle it. CT scanner, no problem. It's nice
Yeah.
and a little more open, but
Gantry's
I
huge.
can't-
Just 1 second.
yeah.
It's fine.
I can't do anything of that. So, so do you want to end the first episode now or what? I mean, we're about
Well,
an
I was
hour
gonna
now.
I was gonna end just asking you guys like what the COVID situation is in your individual hospitals.
Yeah, I didn't check the. I guess I'll go first. Sorry, Tommy. I didn't
That's how it
check
is.
the. Yeah, sorry. I just like started to answer the question.
Yeah.
I haven't checked the recent numbers, but it's significantly lower than it was. I basically based it off of how many chest X-rays I read for that indication,
Yeah.
and I don't think I've read one in the last few days.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's significantly lower. And I was
Yeah, I mean,
reading like 20 a day,
That's
like
crazy.
sick patients.
Is it usually just X-rays, or when do they tell people to get a CT with COVID suspicion?
They pretty much always get to see. I feel like anyone
Yeah.
who's positive and having like respiratory distress or like their O2, like any sort of other vital sign, they just get
Yeah.
a P study. And
How
Or-
is the treatment of COVID different from 2 years ago?
I don't know.
Don't know, don't treat it.
Yeah.
That's
Not
why I don't
my-
talk about it. Yeah.
Not my wheelhouse.
You notice, I think I mentioned on one of my videos, I was like, that's not my wheelhouse. That's why I don't make videos on this stuff, because
Yeah.
I don't have any business to make reason
Yeah.
to make videos, because I don't treat it and I don't know how to treat it. And I'm not up to date on the most, up to date treatments for it.
Well, I do.
literally
As a veterinarian, I'd like to start talking about it.
I would be purely talking about my butt. All
Yeah.
that stuff.
You guys
no,
know there is a coronavirus in cats that's like, it kind of has it hits the same beats as COVID did, because like it'll mutate and cause some terrible condition that you can't, well, until recently you couldn't fix in cats, and they just died
Wow.
every time.
No.
Yeah,
But
that
then
whole
some-
viral family.
But then some cats would be like, most cats are fine with it. It's just a small
Mhm.
subset that just gets this like raging body-wide inflammatory response.
Sounds familiar.
You're right. Like, doesn't like you
Yeah.
start describing this, it's called FIP if anybody wants to look it up. Feline infectious peritonitis. But yeah, it's like it hits the same beats as like COVID-19, and they're all coronaviruses, which is weird.
Wow.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why when the pandemic started, I was like, please God, don't let this turn into like,
FIP
the
in
same
humans.
rules where like 5% of people have an untreatable condition, which is kind of like what it did,
Yeah.
but not.
Yeah, it wasn't
not
far
Wow.
off.
Yeah,
Wasn't
well,
far
definitely
off.
wasn't far off. All right, Jim, take us away here. Make sure we subscribe and all that stuff.
Okay, guys, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button to my channel, that you unsubscribe from Michael's channel, and everyone flows into me with views and likes and subscribes and comments,
Who's
and my
Michael?
community grows.
Donations.
And Michael's decreases.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ideal
All right.
situation.
So
All right.
hopefully you all liked the first episode. We'll do many, many more of these. Leave a comment, like the video. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you all on the next one.
Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel too.
Yeah. And not Tommy's.
Yeah.
Not Tommy's.
I don't know.
Tommy's channel. Tommy, you want to shout out your gamer tag on COD?
I don't. But maybe if it changes in the future, I'll shout it out.
Okay.
It's probably better left unsaid.
Yeah.
At
All
some
right.
point, maybe follow me on Twitch. Hey.
Hey. All right. We'll see you all in the next one.
All right. Peace out,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye.